For 2 months, the Dixie Fire has menaced Northern California, stripping forests, forcing thousands from their homes and swallowing most of a gold rush-era community. More than 1,300 structures have been leveled. Government agencies have doled out roughly $540 million to battle the blaze. And a federal judge is scrutinizing what role California's largest utility, the already embattled Pacific Gas and Electric, may have played in the fire's origin. The blaze is the second largest in California's history and the biggest to burn in the U.S. this summer as climate change turbocharged severe storms, floods and fires. The Dixie Fire has now burned nearly 1 million acres, an area larger than New York City, Chicago, Dallas and Los Angeles combined. The fires tear through remote, rugged terrain, exceptional drought bringing moisture levels in California's forests to historic lows, searing heat, as well as a series of unexpected obstacles, combined to fuel a monstrous blaze unlike any firefighters said they had seen before. This timeline, based on public records and interviews with people affected by the Dixie Fire, shows how a relatively small ring of flames burning 100 miles north of Sacramento morphed into a dangerous harbinger of the devastating wildfire seasons that could be more common as the earth continues to heat up. July 13, a PG&E employee reports seeing flames and a tree leaning on a power line near the Cresta Dam and Feather River Canyon, a stretch of land known for both its natural beauty and powerful Jarbo winds that in 2018 helped fuel the Camp Fire, California's deadliest. The California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, colloquially known as CAL FIRE, arrives at the blaze about 25 minutes after being notified and names it the Dixie Fire after one of the nearest roads. There are few, given the remote location. An unauthorized drone flies near the fire, temporarily forcing firefighting tankers and helicopters to pause their efforts. PG&E spokesman James Noonan later tells The Washington Post that the company last evaluated the area's trees on January 14 and found none that needed trimming. PG&E also inspected the poles and wires in the area on May 13 and found nothing awry, he says. The company sends a roving operator who confirms just before 9 a.m. that the service station near Cresta Dam has lost power. PG&E then dispatches a maintenance worker, called a troubleman, who arrives around 12:30 p.m. and describes finding a hanging fuse. But he can't reach the site because it is blocked by a Butte County road maintenance crew, PG&E later says in a court filing. The troubleman returns around 4:30 p.m. As he rises in the bucket of his truck and looks downhill, he radios in a startling find, a ring of flames spanning about 600 square feet. Nearby, a Douglas fir leans against a power line. There's a tree on a line that started a fire, the troubleman says. Oh, my goodness, the dispatcher responds. The troubleman tries to thwart the blaze with his truck's fire extinguisher and by digging a fire break, a line cleared of fuels like dry shrubs. Miles away, his supervisor calls 911. CAL FIRE crews arrive around 5:30 p.m., more than 10 hours after PG&E was first alerted to the outage. PG&E's potential involvement in the start of the fire will become the subject of an inquiry from a federal judge. The utility has been criminally charged and sometimes found liable in blazes since 2015 that erupted when trees hit their power lines. State regulations require public utilities to ensure their equipment is safe and to trim surrounding trees. Firefighters begin siphoning water from the Feather River below and dropping it on the flames. They douse the blaze with 7,000 gallons of retardant, though steep, rugged terrain slows their progress. The blaze has expanded to 1 acre by the time firefighting pilots return home for the evening. Ground crews continue to build a line around the flames. They will stay all night.